Hello my friends and welcome back to our channel. Home is where our heart is. My name is Dane, author of the book Knowledge to Forage, Wild Edible and Medicinal Plants and Trees. I hope you're having a beautiful day wherever you are in the world, and thank you all for joining me here on this fresh late summer's morning. The berries are now in abundance. The elderberries, the rowan berries, the blackberries are all blooming, and as I've been strolling through the countryside this morning, I've also noticed many poisonous plants are blooming too, such as woody nightshade. Woody nightshade, a relative of the famous deadly nightshade, is a relatively forgotten poisonous plant that deserves our attention and respect. And if you look across this bank behind me, you probably can't see it, but it's absolutely covered in the woody nightshade's berries. The woody nightshade's berries are extra dangerous because they're bright red, small, and they look and smell like little tomatoes. So if you're interested, then come with me and let's dive into the world of the woody nightshade. So this is woody nightshade. Can you see it with its bright purple star-shaped flowers? Now woody nightshade is in the family, the nightshade family, which makes it related to many lovely plants such as tomatoes and potatoes, but it also makes it a relative of one of the most deadly poisonous plants in the world, known as deadly nightshade. Now there's a few key differences between woody nightshade and deadly nightshade. One being woody nightshade has star-shaped flowers with 5 purple petals, and deadly nightshade has purple bell-shaped flowers. And the berries of woody nightshade ripen to bright red, whereas the deadly nightshade's berries ripen to dark black. Now when we take a closer look at this bank, we can see it's absolutely covered in woody nightshade berries. This crawling plant has crawled all the way up this bank and all the way along, and it's even intertangled around up here with blackberries, making it important that we get to know this potentially fatal plant. Now the main difference between woody nightshade and deadly nightshade is their levels of toxicity. Luckily for us, woody nightshade isn't as poisonous as deadly nightshade. You only have to eat 1 or 2 deadly nightshade berries or one of its leaves to just drop dead, whereas woody nightshade, you have to eat quite a large handful of the berries. Now don't underestimate the power of woody nightshade, because it still has the power to kill us, and it at very least has the power to cause us an immense amount of suffering. If I accidentally eat some of these berries, I'd be met with a dry throat, my pupils would dilate, I'd get a banging headache, I'd become dizzy, my speech would start to slur, I'd feel sick, and it would probably ruin the rest of my week. And if I'd accidentally consumed too many of these berries, my breathing would slow down and then I would just ultimately die. Now there's another bonus to woody nightshade, and that is, even though these little berries look like delicious tomatoes and have a similar smell, luckily they don't taste like little delicious tomatoes, and they're very bitter to eat. So there's not many poisonings due to this plant, because people, when they accidentally eat the berry, most likely they'll spit it out. But the berry is said to have a very sweet aftertaste, and that's why this plant is also known as bittersweet, because when you first eat it, it's bitter, but then it leaves you with a sweet taste in your mouth. So let's get to know our little woody nightshade friend in a bit more detail, so we can all feel confident that we can live alongside this plant in peace without getting any ill effects by accidentally eating some of it. So woody nightshade is a crawling plant. It tends to cling to other plants around it to help it grow. You'll often find it growing through hedges, up fences, or across shrubby banks like this. Now, one of the first things you've probably noticed is woody nightshade has these beautiful purple flowers. These flowers grow like little purple stars. Each flower has 5 purple petals and then a protruding bright yellow stamen in its centre. These flowers can be open wide like stars or folded back behind itself. Then we have the woody nightshade's berries. These berries look and smell like little tomatoes. They start off green, then turn through yellow to red as they ripen. These berries hang in clusters. Then we have its leaves that grow in the shape of a little arrowhead. These leaves are unique because when we look at their base, where they join the stem, they tend to have these 2 extra leaflets at the bottom. So this woody nightshade is growing all over this bank and all around this corner, all up into this wood. So let's explore further into the wood to see how much more woody nightshade we can find. Oh, probably wasn't the best idea I ever had, but wow, it was worth it. Look at this incredible example of woody nightshade. I've never actually seen such a great example. It's growing all the way up to probably 15 feet high. Amazing. And it's absolutely buzzing with bees and with wildlife, because although we can't eat woody nightshade, it's a great value to wildlife, especially things such as our precious pollinators, bees. Everything plays a role in the natural balance of our world, and poisonous plants are no exception to this, and they provide a great resource for our wildlife. Now, poisonous plants I find fascinating also because this is where a lot of powerful medicine can be found too within these poisonous plants, because woody nightshade can be dated back to ancient Greece, being used by herbalists for skin ailments such as eczema and even tumours, and it's now even commissioned by the German Commission for use for chronic eczema. Now, speaking about the woody nightshade's history being used by the historic herbalists of ancient Greece, of course, this plant is surrounded with a wealth of folklore and mythology. And what fascinates me about the poisonous plants' history is their stories tend to focus on a lot more darker tales, because these plants caused people a lot of suffering when they'd accidentally eat them. Now, the woody nightshade, because it had such powerful effects when people ate it and it made them feel so sick, they thought it was so powerful in the Middle Ages that it could repel the evil eye, the curse of the evil eye. And the evil eye was thought to be given to you when you was doing well in life, and people looked at you and thought, isn't he doing well? And they gave you the evil eye. It was thought that if you got enough evil eyes, if people kept giving you the evil eyes, then this would manifest around you in a curse. And people believed that woody nightshade could protect them from this curse. And they even hung the woody nightshade around the necks of their cattle to help protect their cattle from the evil eye. I find poisonous plants absolutely fascinating. Yes, they can represent poison and death, but this is all in the eye of the beholder, because they can also represent the balance of nature and how everything around holds value in this world, whether that be a bird, bee, flower, you or me. We're all a natural part of this world, and we're all meant to be here. Anyways, people, it's been a pleasure. I'm really pleased that you joined me on this journey with the woody nightshade, and I'm so happy that we climbed up through that stinking nettle-filled bank. My hands are zinging, but look at the reward. We've found one of the most beautiful woody nightshades I've ever found, and to be honest, it's absolutely made my day. Don't forget to check out our book if you want to learn more about these poisonous plants, or of course about the edible ones and the recipes. It's all in here, this huge book, Knowledge to Forage, Wild Edible and Medicinal Plants and Trees. It took us 2 years to write it. It's been a pleasure. Do all the modern world things. It really helps our channel. Like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, follow us on all the social medias. Look after yourselves out there most importantly, and I'll see you all next time. Peace. Woody nightshade crawls and sprawls, clinging to all with its leafy claws. A purple-petalled star stares with its yellow stamen eye, offering us berries that can cause us